Hi, and welcome to week 5 of the Avid Summer School. Thanks so much for all the questions that everybody sent in. It's been brilliant, and sorry that I haven't been able to get around to all of them. I'm going to whiz through 3 more today, but just to say, if you want to keep in touch, do come out and come and find me online. I'm on michaelpricemusic.com and Twitter under Michael __ Price. Yes, that's 2 underscores. Just to whiz on with today's final questions. The first one is a question from Kristen Strom. It's a very general question. In terms of the drama of a score, what are some of the techniques you use to correlate the music with the action? It's quite a tough one to answer in about a minute, but I'd say maybe one key concept is about connection of the music with the picture. So this can mean many things in different circumstances, but I'm aware of certain times when perhaps I'm trying too hard to compensate for something that I perceive isn't there in the picture. So perhaps a car chase that doesn't have much kinetic energy in it. If you try too hard to really force something, then your music will kind of disconnect from the picture. And that's the same if you're trying to make something much scarier than it actually looks on screen. So what I would say is always try and connect with actually what's on screen, what's happening, what the story is. And then you'll find a way from the inside of the music outwards to get to a point where you're writing music that feels like it's a whole with the drama. It's a quick answer to a very big question, but I hope in some tiny way that helps. The second question is a question that's sort of based on one from Blaine James. But I just wanted to show you something about how we deliver shows like Sherlock on Pro Tools, just practically sort of what we end up sending to the dub. Again, it's a really big subject about how you can best prepare your music to give maximum flexibility at the dub, so that if something needs to be rebalanced slightly because of the way it's interacting with the effects, or if the scene's playing slightly differently and the director wants something to change, we tend to send stems as well as full mixes. So you can see here on this example, this is episode 6 of Sherlock, so the last episode of the second series. And in this section, just down here, we'll see that actually all these different 5.1 tracks contain different aspects of the full mix. So we've got a full mix there, which is hopefully what will be played because it's quickest for everybody and it's what we intended on the music mix. But if for whatever reason things need unpicking slightly, then here is just the orchestral mix in 5.1. Underneath, here's our percussion mix. The way that we've stemmed this out is also to have keyboards, guitars, and other miscellaneous objects are down here. That's pianos and harps and various other bits and pieces. Also synths, which are quite a large element in some of the cues on their own down here. And then we do have an extras, which kind of contains anything that's particularly strange or just different to everything else. In that case, some bells. So when you're mixing your music for a final dub, talk to the dubbing mixer. That communication is absolutely imperative. Work out what they would like from you and what you're able to supply to them. And then work out what's feasible at your end and desirable at your end, and try and come up with the best solution for everybody that doesn't give them too many tracks, so you don't end up sending hundreds and hundreds of tracks, but also gives the dub the flexibility so that everybody creatively can choose what they want for the good of the picture, good of the film. So I hope that makes sense. Today's last question is from Richard Slarer. His question was, I've written a number of published pieces, mainly for orchestra and bands, also written for TV. My real enjoyment is in the art of orchestration as opposed to composing. How could I become known in the industry as an orchestrator for TV and film? And I think that the last point that I wanted to make really was about the crafts that support composers, because I think these are excellent ways to get yourself into the industry of making music for film and TV. So I would say that's orchestration, copyist, programming of synths, percussion, now the technological side, the sort of running of networks, the running of composer studios, all those support functions. If you can provide something which a composer and his team haven't got, or would need another pair of hands for, it's a great way to really sort of be part of a team, learn on the job, so you can see at first hand actually the process of putting together a big film or TV score without having that pressure yourself early on. So working really hard at some of these tasks, orchestration, copying, programming, and then trying to introduce yourself, often via the music agencies. There are big ones in LA and in London and in all the major cities that do film and TV music. So introduce yourself to the music agencies and say, I have these skills, I'm prepared to work for not much money for any composers that would need some assistance, can get you in. Learning all the tools that we see around us, Pro Tools, Sibelius, any of the other tools, that really can give you a competitive advantage, not necessarily just for your own composing work, but to become part of the large teams that, I mean, we've got quite a few people that work here, and they're all wonderful, and I wouldn't be without any of them. So I hope this series has been some help to you. Do keep in touch. I'd love this to be a regular communication. And very, very best of luck with your career. Thanks very much.